pulling up on the end of this book, and what did it say? Hold on, because we not butcher it, because I got some pushback here, certainly. It says, you want to use and embrace any kind of deadline. Don't agree with that at all. And I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't agree with that. Because sometimes you just have to fucking simply allow things to goddamn unfold. Like my situation and Rashad Jamal's situation. He should not be in prison, and he's going to release, and he's definitely going to receive justice for his mistreatment. Same with me. I should not be homeless. Should not have had my children taken away from me. And I'm going to reap justice for the experiences that I've had to endure. Certainly. But I will say this. I meet all of my deadlines at all times. And I'm not going to say it's not important to have deadlines, but that's not the only focus that people have, especially depending on what you're doing. Like my purpose and Rashad Jamal's purpose is not the average purposes. Not even a little bit. Like our purposes are very vast. They're huge. They're planet important. And I'm not saying that everybody don't have like big purposes, but some people's purposes be smaller, like owning businesses, skincare, things like that. And these things are important as well. Again, it takes a group to create greatness. It's not just one or two people, it's everybody. And everybody really do have purposes and things that they're supposed to be fulfilling in life. Some purposes are just larger than others, and that's okay. And with those larger purposes, we experience a lot of blocks, inactions, corruption, especially considering who and what we're dealing with. And this is just a fact. So I had to learn that, like, it's not even about deadline, and be very mindful of what the hell your expectations are as well. Things used to hit a lot harder for me because my expectations were that they were going to honor the law, even though they were proven to me that they were not. But I was still showing up, and I'm still showing up, and this is what actually is important. Me actually creating a record, me making it to court, me fulfilling all of their procedures, honoring the law, and catching them up in their corruption. These was the important things that I needed to do, and I need to keep showing up. So this will inevitably end in my favor, and I'm not stopping. But I also understand the importance of divine orchestration and like divine guidance and allowing things to unfold. And once it gets to the point that I'm supposed to be in a courthouse, baby, I'm going to be there, willing to guarantee it. Now, do I know the how? Nope. Do I know the when? Nope. And that makes me sad, because it doesn't matter to me that I can charge for inaction or corruption or whatever they're doing. It really matters to me that, like, I should have my children. It really matters that this should have been over, because they should have been enforcing the law. I'm just learning that I have a very high resilience, and I can really deal with anything that's thrown my way. And all of this was necessary in order for me to even, become this and exist this authentically. All of this had to happen, unfortunately. But all of this was certainly illegal, unlawful, unjustifiable. These things matter as well. And like, people be talking about like criticisms and stuff. Criticism is not harassment. Criticism is not defamation of character. Like, y'all need to learn the definition of words and when to apply the law, because y'all don't know when to apply the law. And y'all just be accepting a lot of things that no one should be accepting. But again, I was needed because I'm someone who understands the depths of divine law, judicial law, and how to apply them. And I apply these things magnificently. Even if everybody cannot understand that, I understand that. I trust my understanding. I trust my guidance. And I am proving the things that I share. It's just everybody doesn't understand. And that's unfortunate, but y'all are going to understand once this inevitably ends in my favor, which it will. And this is not even going to last forever. Again, circumstances and experiences, temporary, especially when you're working to end it. Just because I'm not working how people feel as if I should be does not mean I'm not working hard as fuck, and I do. And I continue to show up through every attack, through everything that has transpired, I have made a way to goddamn continue to show up and fight for myself and enforce my rights and fight for my children and live in my purpose. And yes, it sounds all cupcakes, rainbows, and it's not typically. It's really not. And you have to learn how to manage attacks when you are doing something like living in your purpose, because everybody will not support you. And considering the mass psychosis the world is under, everybody cannot even understand how their behavior is unacceptable, illegal, and unjustifiable. So, be mindful, certainly. But I like the book overall. It's a good book, it's a good read. But, let's be mindful of, even things like deadlines. Because sometimes redirection is whatever the saying is. Redirection is protection or something like that. Yeah. And blockages and things happen. And it is most of the time for our benefit, even if it doesn't look like it all the time. It is, because the law could have been honored in district court. The law could have been honored in appeals court. The law could have been honored at the Supreme Court of the United States. The law could have been honored when I made it to the United Nations. And they chose to dishonor the law every step of the way. And now they're going down by the pound.